Hello my friends, this is Moonday, and in today's reading we are going to find out what is the advice for you from your future self. So for everyone who is new here, thank you so much for watching this video, and I hope you are going to enjoy that. Sorry, and subscribe to my channel. I try to post a new video every Friday. Yeah, well, for those of you who don't know how do these kind of readings work, we've got three groups of cards. This is group number 1 with the Opalite, group number 2 with the Rose Quartz, and group number 3 with the Red Carnelian. And you can pause this video right now and you intuitively choose one group of cards. You can use a pendulum, you can meditate, you can choose by number, by stone, but just remember, trust your intuition. So whatever is calling out to you the most, just focus on that group, on choosing that group basically. And all the timestamps as well as all the other informations are going to be in the description box down below, so feel free to check it out. And whenever you're ready, just click on your timestamp and I'll see you in a moment. Hello group number 1, I hope you're doing well. So let me remind you, today we are going to find out what is the advice from your future self to you. And this is the Opalite group. So I can see basically one big theme for you, group number 1, but I am going to start with the tarot cards because to me these are some kind of warnings, when I'm asking for the advice and I'm getting all of those cards in reverse, to me it is like a sign that says don't do that, don't act like this, So we've got the Justice in reverse, we've got the Five of Swords in reverse, and we've got the Hermit in reverse. Well, we do have two major arcanas, so the message is very important with the massive exclamation mark for you. So I'm going to start with what you shouldn't do, and then I'm going to tell you what is the advice that I'm getting from the cards over there. So group number 1, your future self basically is telling you to always act fair towards yourself and towards others. When we have Justice in reverse, this is talking about, well, justice in general can speak literally about justice, but it also speaks about karma. Five of Swords in reverse, when we have the Five of Swords, it is about, picking up petty fights just for the sake of winning, to me, it's also like giving other people troubles just because it makes you feel better about yourself. And when it is in reverse, it literally says don't. Even if you feel like really, tempted to do that. Maybe there's a co-worker, that you really don't like, and you're kind of waiting for them to kind of trip and fall, So you can make like a smart remark or something like that. Don't. Just stay quiet, just don't say anything, even if you feel like really tempted to do that. Whatever you do as well, just think about your karma, whether you believe in the law of karma or not. I don't know, you might be believing that, in general, we should only be doing good things, because maybe you were raised like this, that's what I'm saying. You don't have to necessarily believe in the law of karma, but maybe you're just what I'm saying, raised with the beliefs that you should be only trying to do good in your life, not trying to harm anybody. This is another card that is telling you guys, just no matter what you do, think about the future, because if you do something bad to other people, and I'm talking only about the intentional things, because if we do that by mistake, there is nothing we can do about it. We didn't mean it. But when I'm talking about the intentional harming, people, or intentional harming yourself, then, you know, just your future self is saying don't do that, because the karma is going to get back to you. You know, you're going to pay for that if you do that. So maybe you're thinking about doing something like that now, so your future self is like, don't, you know, don't do that, don't do that, you know, be as righteous as you can, you know, be as you know, honest, and just, you know, be a good person, you know, don't try to involve yourself with like any negative doings, because this is going to come back to you and you're not going to like it. There is also another thing I'm seeing for you guys when it comes to the Hermit in reverse. Your future self is basically telling you that keeping your emotions bottled up is not going to help you in the long run. You know, this is not going to help you. This is not going to be healthy for you. You know, we all have sometimes like very introverted days, you know, or maybe we're just introverts in general, like I am, for example. Like I don't enjoy being in big groups of people. You know, I enjoy being like by myself, you know, but it's a different thing, you know. But basically what we get from this card is, don't try to hide, you know, don't put this shell around you, don't build this wall around you, you know, because when you don't want to let people in intentionally, then, you know, it's not going to benefit you. So your future self is telling you right now, you know, don't do that. Maybe you're doing it now. Maybe you have been like hurt in the past or something, and, you know, now you have decided to shield yourself and shield your heart by you know, just going very inwards and building this wall around you and around your heart, you know. But this is not a good thing for you to do. I'm not telling you, oh, go to every stranger and tell them the story of your life. This is not what I'm talking about, okay? So don't take it this way. But it does say, don't become a hermit, you know, just don't be like this, because this is not for your highest good. And you can probably feel that. And for those of you who might be struggling with depression, it is a good time also to visit a specialist. This is what I'm getting, you know. If you have been hesitating, then this is a good time to visit a specialist and tell them about that, because this is not the real you I'm getting. So this is part 1 with all the warnings. So now I'm gonna go to the part 2, which is the advice. Because what I'm getting for you guys, oh my god, great things are coming. So, you know, just please take this to the heart, you know, think about that, and, you know, consider, you know, what I said. But the advice from your future self. Your future self is basically telling you, oh my god, it is the time for the transformation. It is a time for changes. It is a time for you to grow, you know, it is a time for you to bloom. You might have been in this hermit mood for way too long, you know, and you have kind of forgotten how does it feel to leave, you know. You know, it could have something to do with the quarantine that most of the world, you know, is having or have had, depending on when are you gonna watch that. But it is a time for you to actually, you know, reach out to the sun and just be yourself and transform the sadness and transform that negativity into something beautiful, into something positive. Because you've got a massive potential, group number 1. You've got a massive potential, and I'm seeing a lot of growth possible for you. And, you know, your future self is telling you, okay, wake up. Wake up. This is the right time for you to do it. You know, this is the right time for you to do it. Why and how? Through your creativity. You are a very creative individual, group number 1. And it could be anything, you know. You might be thinking like, oh, but I'm not good at drawing. But you don't have to, you know. Being creative doesn't mean only doing one thing, you know. It could be, I'm getting drawing, but I'm also getting music, you know. It could be like music or singing or writing, or I don't know, it could be anything, you know. You can create something from nothing. People who do DIY projects, I don't know, today I've watched a video of somebody doing, I don't know, like DIY incense holders. This is being creative, you know, this is really being creative, and you do have this seed of creativity inside you, you know, you've got it in your soul, but your future self is basically telling you, you know, water that seed, you know, and let it bloom, you know, because this is the right time for you to actually do it. It is the time to transform all of this into something beautiful, into something creative. You just need to express that. You need to express your feelings through art as well, you know, some kind of art or some kind of medium, like I said. Because I don't know, I'm feeling really drawn to the flowers over here, and I feel like for some of you it could be even like flower arranging, you know, or doing something like this, gardening. This can be really creative, you know. So just think about it, what you can do, you know. But remember, it doesn't have to be like, don't pick something that you know it's going to frustrate you. For example, if you have been thinking your whole life, oh, you're bad at drawing, and every time you try to draw, it doesn't make you feel happy, just don't do it, you know. Drawing is not the only like medium for you to express your creativity. What else I'm getting for you guys is with the Six of Swords, which is the Six of Swords in the traditional tarot. There is finally some time. Again, this is really linked to this transformation card, so I'm just going to keep them two together. This is really linked to you finally seeing the good times coming, finally getting some peace, finally you know, letting that chaos of everyday life, you know, just go somewhere else, leave it behind you. You know, because this is the best time for you right now to move on from everything that was holding you down and like making you feel very heavy and unhappy with your life, and making you basically this hermit in reverse, you know. It is a time for you to move on and be happy, you know, because with the Six of Swords normally we have you know, like painting or something that there are people on a boat and they're like moving from the chaotic waters to a very calm waters, which means going somewhere, going to a better place, basically, you know. Could be physically, but could be also mentally, going to a better place, going to a better space of mind, moving on from things that would not serve in us and going somewhere where we are going to find peace and happiness. So once again, this is the time to transform your life. Your future self is like, you know, wake up, wake up. And the last thing we've got here is the card of Vesta, the card of home. It could also be with linked to the Six of Swords and the transformation card, because what we have here, your household situation is improving either through a move or a healthy change in the occupants. So basically what this card is telling you is that, you know, if you had any type of problems in your home or house, because it could be home as a building, but Vesta is more linked to the home as the hearth, you know, so not only the building but also people who live in this building and who make the house a home, okay. So yeah, so if you had any type of, I don't know, difficulties going on in your home life, your future self is telling you this is going to improve, you know, just don't worry about it now. Everything is going to be fine. For those of you who have been also thinking about moving somewhere else, with this six of thought over here, this is most likely moving like through water, so it's through oceans, going to another country, going to another continent, or being in the same country, but you know, if you're I don't know, somewhere where water separates it, it is a great opportunity for you as well, because you are going to find home in that place. So group number one, this is all I've got for you, and it came out longer than I wanted it to be, so I don't know, but I do hope it was helpful, and I do hope you did like it. And if you did, please don't forget to leave me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet. I try to post new video every Friday. Also leave me a comment and tell me, you know, how did it resonate with you. And thank you so much for being here, and I'll see you in the next video. Hello group number two, I hope you're doing well. So today we are asking the cards for the advice from your future self, and this is the Rose Quartz group. I do have a little bit similar situation to the previous group, in which I've got tarot cards all in reverse, and like I have explained in the previous group as well, when I'm asking for advice and the cards are coming in reverse, they are kind of trying to tell me, don't do that, you know, like, don't do that. The advice is not to act like this, not to behave like this, or not do this. So I am going to give you the I don't know, the warnings, what not to do, kind of the advice, what not to do, from your future self, and then I'm going to go to these messages. Basically one message, one big message that I'm getting for you group number two. So let's just start. So we have the Four of Pentacles in reverse, we have the Fool in reverse, and we have the Page of Cups in reverse. So what I'm getting for you group number two from this card, what is the advice, what is the warning, what not to do is, for some of you, I'm getting you have been a little bit too much into the 3D world. And what I mean by that, because for some of you it might sound extremely like mystical and woo-woo, you know, and this is not what I'm trying to do. When I say 3D world, it means material world. It means being too focused on material well-being, too focused on collecting the money, because like if we look at this Four of Pentacles, there is this guy, you know, who is holding really tight onto his material possessions. So what I'm getting right now is you're holding a little bit too much, you know, onto your material stuff, and it is affecting you in some way. Well, first of all, I'm going to give you a little hint of the message from over there. It is definitely affecting your spiritual side, but your future self is telling you you have been clinging onto it too much. Maybe you have been sacrificing a lot of things in order to gather more money, or it doesn't have to be necessarily money, it could be just creating the very material abundance, and there is nothing wrong with it. Don't get me wrong, we all need money and we all want money. This is the world we live in, you know. We can't live without money. Maybe we can, but it's extremely difficult. but we can't be neglecting our spiritual side at the same time. Maybe you have been only going to work and you have been neglecting your family or friends or your boyfriend, girlfriend, you know, husband, wife, whatever, your partner in general. Maybe you have been neglecting, I don't know, your religion, if you're in general a very religious person, and you know, you have decided, oh no, you know, like I'm gonna do something, you know, just to get more money. I'm gonna take this extra shift at work, even though this is my religious holidays today and I'm supposed to be off, you know, so I can get, I don't know, just extra money. And I'm not talking of the days of need, like when you don't have money to pay this bill, you know, then okay, it's a different story. But if you're doing that out of a pure, I don't want to use that word, but out of a pure greed, then this is something that your future self is telling you, don't do that, you know, like this is not for your benefit, basically. We also have the Fool in reverse. When I get the Fool in reverse, this is a massive warning that you're also not being very responsible. But and that could go in any possible way, you know, by being responsible, you know, I mean anything, you know, so just think about yourself and your life and just take it as it resonates, you know. So the Fool in reverse is telling you that it is not the time for you to act like this fool, you know. It is not the time for you to take any risky decisions right now. Your future self is telling you, before you do anything, make sure to read the small print. Before you do anything, make sure to find all the possible details about it, no matter what that is, especially if it's like a life-changing decision, you know, maybe getting a loan from the bank, maybe changing your job, maybe changing your house, you know, maybe moving out, just doing something. Before you do that, you know, think about the consequences. This card is literally like a big exclamation mark, you know, saying it is not the time for you to like go with the flow and, you know, just, oh, whatever happens, it happens. Don't do that, you know. Be responsible for yourself and for others in your life. We also have the Page of Cups in reverse. With this card right now, I'm not gonna lie, I do have a little bit of a problem with this Page of Cups in reverse, because it doesn't really want to give me like a message right now. This Page of Cups in reverse is kind of like, you know, just listen to them, to listen to these two warnings, and don't be over emotional. This is literally what I am getting from this card. It's mostly like, yeah, I agree with this Fool in reverse. This Page of Cups, this is what he's telling me right now. It's like, I agree with this Fool in reverse, just don't be irresponsible, listen to whatever, you know, have been said before, and, you know, think about it. Okay, so that is it for your warnings, for your part one, for what you should not do. And now I'm going to move to your big message. Okay, so we have realized that we're too much in 3D. We have realized that we're too focused on material, on money and stuff like that. We have realized that we need to take responsibility for our lives. We need to look more into details when it comes to things, you know, and not like I said, go with the flow. So now what we can do, once this is done, we go within. This is the card that is normally the High Priestess in the traditional tarot. And like I was saying before, you know, with this card, when I was saying I'm going to give you a hint, you're neglecting your spirituality. This is what I'm getting right now. Find your spiritual side again. Find it again, you know, just don't be scared of it, don't be worried about it, you know. This is gonna come to you naturally, because just like it says, you're a very intuitive person. However, I feel like you have kind of killed it with this focus on material. And when I say you're very intuitive, I'm also getting that you might be having some spiritual gifts, you know, like a gift of clairvoyance, clairaudience, you know, what have you. You might be, yeah, you might be somebody who is really good with these kind of things. You might be really, you might be a person who is easily reading the energies of people around you as well. So you know, you don't really know this person, this is the first time you meet them, and you know something is bugging that person, and you think like, oh, maybe, you know, maybe they have just like broke up with the partner, and then they tell you after a few hours, you know, like, oh, sorry, you know, like, I broke up with my girlfriend or boyfriend today and I'm not feeling too well. And you know, there you go, this is like confirmation for you. So you're a very spiritual person, you know, whether you believe in that or not, but the material world is kind of taken the first space, like the first place for you, you know, even though this is not your true nature. So I'm getting from your future self, it is a time for you to accept that spiritual side of you. Accept that. I'm getting in a hippie, you know. I'm seriously, I'm getting like an image of a person like, you know, a typical hippie from like 60s, 70s. And if you're somebody who only wears, I don't know, Dior and Chanel, you might be like, oh, you know, this is definitely not me. But it doesn't have to be on the outside. I'm talking about the inside, you know, because you are truly somebody who is very colorful on the inside, who's got a, I'm getting big imagination, who is once again very intuitive, who is right about people, who is sensitive to energies, who has some kind of gift, like I was also saying before. And you know, this is what I'm talking about when I say it is a time to find your inner hippie, and they want to get out, you know, like maybe you're somebody who only you know, likes a very smart wear, and like I said, only wears like Chanel, Dior, whatever, you know. But it is time for you to also accept that it is not really you, and you can feel it deep inside, but it makes you feel more professional, if you know what I mean. I don't know. I don't really know what else to say about it, or how to express it better, how to put it in words better. But I'm getting that your life is very colorful, and it's time really for you to accept that, even though you're trying to get rid of that side of you. You know, your inner child is talking to you right now as well. Not only your future self, but also your inner child. They're telling you, accept who you really are. You know, this is not you. You're not a money-making machine. I mean, you can be, but don't die because of it. Don't kill yourself over it. You know, it is not you. Accept your spiritual side as well. So go within. Then we have the Angel Prince of the North. I celebrate my uniqueness with joy and gratitude. You're someone who is very unique, but you're not embracing that. You are trying to fit in so much that, once again, like I said, it's like it's almost like killing you, you know. And your future self is like, accept who you really are, accept that you're unique, accept that you're different, accept that you've got the spiritual gifts, you know, accept that, and align with your, I don't know, with your divine purpose. I mean, especially if you're watching this video right now and you're kind of resonating with some of the things or all of the things, then, you know, if you were not interested in spiritual things, you would not be watching this video. I can guarantee you that 100%. So even if you're sitting in your work uniform right now, then there we go. You know, it still is meant for you. Your future self is telling you, once you accept yourself, you're going to feel so free and so happy. Because we have the Guardian card. So your future self is basically telling you, you and your loved ones are safe and spiritually protected. You know, your future self is basically trying to tell you you're safe, you know. These changes are good for you, and you're protected, and you'll feel protected, and nothing bad is going to happen to your family, because you are going to embrace your more spiritual side as well. So nothing bad is going to happen to you, nothing bad is going to happen to your family. And if something is happening and you think this is negative, your future self is telling you right now, listen, in a few years you're going to realize that that was supposed to happen for your own higher good. So this is all I've got for you, group number 2, and I hope it was helpful to you guys. And if you did like it, please don't forget to leave me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet. I try to post new video every Friday. Also leave me a comment and tell me how it did resonate with you. And thank you so much for being here, and I will see you in the next video. Hello group number 3, I hope you're doing well. So today we're asking for the advice from your future self, and this is the Red Carnelian group. So first of all, I'm going to go through the tarot cards. This is honestly the only group that doesn't have all tarot cards in reverse, so I'm like, whoa, okay. So I did shuffle them really well, because for a moment I thought, okay, maybe it's my shuffling, I don't know. But we do have only one card in reverse. So like I was saying in the previous groups, these tarot cards are kind of giving me like a warnings on what not to do or what to focus on, and then I'm going to go to your big message over there that I've got over there for you guys. I'm going to start with this 10 of Pentacles in reverse, and also kind of linked to this 2 of Pentacles in the same time. We have a situation a little bit similar to the group number 2, so if you were thinking about choosing group number 2, maybe there is a little bit of a message for you over there as well. I feel like for a lot of you, you have been stuck in the 3D material world way too much and for way too long. You're not in as, let's say, I don't know, I don't want to say dramatic situation, but you're not. I feel like group number 2 is a little bit more difficult case when it comes to that, to be honest, when it comes to being stuck in this 3D world. For you, you realize, you know, you might be having a hard time balancing your material life and your spiritual life, but there is a hope for you. There is a hope for you, because like I said, you have realized that, and even though sometimes you feel like it's difficult, and even though I feel like for some of you sometimes you're struggling with money, you are still, I don't know, you're still having this hope for the best, and you're still kind of, I don't know, praying, meditating, asking your deities, you know, or your guides, to provide this, I don't know, to provide this peace of mind for you, to provide also like the money for you, so you can pay the bills, or you can afford the things that you really need. But like I said, it is sometimes you feel like it is very difficult for you to maintain that balance between your private life and your work life, or you could be like a uni life, studying life, school life, and your private life and things like that. Because I feel like for you it is that you really want to provide for your family, you really want to be able to support your family financially, and you're still thinking about how to do it, and your future self is basically telling you with the Star card, everything is going to be fine, you know, just have hope, and, you know, pray, meditate, once again, you know, just speak to your guardians, speak to your guides, and they will help you in one way or another What else? Oh my god, I just had something on my mind and now I just can't think what it was. Well, for some of you, I'm just getting a message of spiritual healing. I'm not really sure how does it resonate with you guys or how it can resonate, but I feel like every group today has got to do something with this spirituality that is buried very deep inside of you, and it's kind of screaming, you know, like, let me out, you know, like, let me out, it's my time to shine. So we've got something like that, okay? Your future self is also telling you, dream big, you know, everything is going to be fine. We're gonna help you, you know, we're gonna help you. So I'm going to move to your big message over there from your future self, this advice message, however you want to call it. So we have the Five of Thoughts, which is the Five of Swords in the traditional tarot. So, you know, I'm gonna read at least no, I'm just gonna read the whole message for you because I feel like I can't make it sound better than this message on this card. So the path you were on seemed like the right one, but now you've run into a challenge. There is a better direction for you that will make you much happier in the end. Changes are necessary so that you can get back on track. Avoid negative people who are draining or who bring unwanted drama into your life. So like I said, you know, this path, I'm getting that this is not the right one for your highest good and for your soul's true purpose. You know, you feel like I was saying, very often stuck because you don't know how to balance your life anymore. You don't know how to, you know, make it right and give everyone what they really need. I'm getting for some of you, you might be giving out a little bit too much, so there is not much left for yourself. And you need to remember that, you know, you count as well. So if you're feeling like, you know, you're only going around and trying to help everyone around you, and then at the end of the day you realize you have only got 5 hours of sleep, you know, because then you're going to start your day again and you're going to go to work, and then you're going to try to, you know, maybe help that friend who just you know, like separated from the partner, or someone who is being in a difficult material situation or something. You need to remember that in order to help others, you need to be able to help yourself first. So you, maybe that's why I have this, you know, spiritual healing message that was in my head before. Others are very important as well, but you can't forget about yourself. And you need to come first, because you can't help others if you're totally drained of your energy, if there is nothing left. Because soon there will be like nothing left. And then you won't be able to help anyone. And I'm getting that for a lot of you, this is in your nature, helping others. And I'm not saying it's bad, it's amazing. But you need to remember that you have to come first. Because like I said, if you're drained, if there is nothing left, then you can't give anymore. So what I'm telling you, what is your future self telling you, trying to tell you, it is the time to be quiet. Take some quiet time alone to rest, meditate and contemplate. Meditation is amazing. If you don't know how to do it, there's tons of guided meditations on YouTube. I do love them myself. I'm not gonna lie, I don't meditate every day. I was trying to for some time, but there are days that I just don't feel like it. And you know, I'm not gonna lie, you know, about it. So I'm telling you the honest truth. but if you try it at least sometimes, you'll see a massive difference. But you know, what your future self is trying to tell you is that it is okay to be away from people for some time, you know, from time to time. Just take this moment when it's just you, you know. Maybe for some of you it is taking like a very nice bath, you know, like because the sky is surrounded by water here. So take some nice bath, you know, relax. Just do something for yourself only. What I'm also getting is that some of you are kind of forgetting about the gratitude. I'm not saying you're being an ungrateful person in general, but I'm saying that, you know, sometimes we just forget. We're just so, like, you know, busy with our everyday life. We actually forget about the gratitude. We forget about, like, thanking, you know, our deities or, like, guides or guardians, you know, for, like, even the smallest things. So a good thing to do is having, like, a gratitude journal, or even in your daily calendar, if you have like a normal paper calendar, just every day when you wake up, write something that you're grateful for. When you're going to bed, write something that you're grateful for. And it doesn't have to be like amazing things. It could be like, I don't know, like, thank you, or I'm very grateful for today's weather because it was nice and sunny. I'm grateful for today's amazing meal because it was so delicious and I wanted to have that for ages. I'm grateful for that, you know, that old lady who stopped and just to say that, oh, my hair looks nice today, or something like that, you know. It doesn't have to be like extremely big. Start small. But once you start doing this, you will realize that there are so many things you can be grateful for in life, and you will attract more things like this to you. So that is something really amazing, and I really recommend that to everyone, not just you, everyone. Everybody can do that because it's really easy and it's really, really great. There is one more thing, and I feel like it's not 100% linked to the messages over there, because we have the Angel of Reconciliation. Let me be fully reconciled with what I have left behind. It could be about your old lifestyle. It could be about people. It could be about places. It could be about situations. Just take it however it resonates with you. But there is definitely something that you have left behind, and you are kind of pushing it somewhere like back, way back, or like way deep down in your consciousness. You're trying to forget about it. You're trying to separate yourself from it because you think like, oh my god, I can't believe like 10 years ago I've been acting like this, I've done this, or I don't know, I've been I don't know, a bad child to my parents like 20 years ago or something like that. So what your future self is telling you, you know, just accept that and release that. You know, it is behind you, so accept that, you know, accept that maybe you have not been the best child or parent, accept that you have not been doing the right things, you know, a few years ago or even yesterday. Just accept that and, you know, think about it and make a pact with yourself, with your future self, that you're not going to be like that again, because this is not for your highest purpose and this is not for your highest good. It's time to let it go, you know, not just push it down like, you know, at the back of the drawer, but, you know, accept that it's there it's happened, but it doesn't affect you anymore. So this is all I've got for you, group number 3, and I do hope it was helpful. And if you did enjoy it, please don't forget to leave me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. I try to post new video every Friday, and also leave me a comment, tell me how it did resonate with you guys. And thank you so much for being here, and I will see you in the next one.